Today we have pretty shocking news about a game that was just released on the Steam store called Path of Survivors. This last week I did a first impressions video of this game. It is a auto-battler roguelite bullet hell that has a unique feature that you can have up to 4 or 5 different allies fighting with you at a time on screen as you unlock them. One of the first things I noticed in this video was the heavy inspiration they took from Path of Exile's skill tree. As you can see here, my title is Path of Survivors, Auto Battler meets PoE skill tree. This game allows you to follow a passive skill tree with over 1,000 nodes. And if that sounds familiar, well, guess what? Grinding Gear Games thought it sounded pretty familiar too. According to a recent announcement, Grinding Gear Games has filed a DMCA against Limited Input, which is the studio behind Path of Survivors. The DMCA is in regards to their intellectual property rights, which would be the Path of Exile's skill tree. Right here, you can see the Path of Survivors skill tree. There is quite similarities between the two of them. Grinding Gear Games claims that Path of Survivors copied their skill tree system, which is one of the most distinctive features of the game PoE. They also accused Limited Input of using assets and code from Path of Exile without permission. And as a result, Steam has removed Path of Survivors from the Steam storefront. Now, I couldn't find any specific information regarding the accusation of assets and codes that were used, so don't quote me on that one. But I did reach out to Limited Input through Discord, and the developer does acknowledge that the game was DMCA striked for the skill tree that you can see here. The developer said they're not going to fight this case, that they're just going to go ahead and take the L on this one, and they're going to brush themselves off and try to reinvent this game from the ground up. But there's definitely a strong similarity between the two skill trees. What do you guys think? Do you see the similarities here? Well, the people on Reddit sure do, so let's take a look at that. We can see here on a Reddit post from 4 days ago, which was the 9th of January, the developer, Limited Input, who goes by Smoother Aries or something like that, states, GGG did a DMCA takedown on the game because of the tree. Steam took the game down as a result, and I'm not going to fight it. Move on. Lesson learned the hard way. So it seems like he does acknowledge that there was way too many similarities between the Path of Exile's skill tree and the Path of Survivors skill tree. I believe the combination of the skill tree being very similar and the fact that they're almost named the same game when you just switch out Survivors and Exiles. Now, there's kind of a mixed opinion here on this Reddit page, as Reddit pages tend to be. We have some people saying, don't back down, dude. There are plenty of other games that use similar layouts. Your tree is not a one-by-one ripoff, but it's pretty damn similar. And we have another person here who says, you can clearly tell it was the PoE tree. They did a side-by-side comparison, and they note that some of the clusters are missing, and they're routed a little bit differently, but the vast majority of the tree's layout and pathing is very clearly the same. This person's clearly a PoE player, and they say that they can find the Chaos Over Time cluster in the top right, and spell suppression nodes, and even Mind Over Matter. And they state that this is obviously a little too literal of the copy of the same skill tree. And then here we have another person saying, bro, from your screenshots, you basically copied PoE passive tree. Like the part showing left of the Scion starts in the exact same shape. His response, the developer's response is, mostly the placement of nodes and how they are linked, but the stats within the nodes are different to match the stats in this game. It's not a one-to-one match to PoE's tree across the entirety of it. But if you have to specify across the entirety of it, then you're probably way too close to just straight up copying the Path of Exile skill tree, in my opinion. I just wanted to do an update from my first impressions video because I know people wanted to check this game out, but Steam has removed the game from the Steam store due to this DMCA takedown, so you kind of missed your opportunity there. So what do you guys think? Do you think this was a blatant ripoff of the Path of Exile skill tree in combination with the name Path of Survivors? Or do you think this was more just a homage to a genre-defining game that is Path of Exiles? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below if you think Grinding Gear Games was right with this decision, or if they should have let this indie developer take inspiration from their game and create a new game entirely, since it is an auto battler and not an ARPG. Well, I just want to give you guys an update on what happened to Path of Survivors in case you're looking for it on the Steam store. Well, as always, thanks for watching the video, and until the next one, see ya!